Hey, we're going. Are we live, really?
Yeah. For some reason.
I guess we're live, bro. It was not playing the intro. I don't know what's going on with that. That's wild.
Can you run it just for S's and G's?
Let's run it.
The Phat and Spicy Show, rocking the airwaves. Don't you know? They'll make you laugh, they'll make you sing. Just two guys talking about everything. Oh, the Phat and Spicy Show, sparks fly wherever they go. The Phat and Spicy.
Fuck Phat and Spicy.
Hell yeah. Dude. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. It was literally on loop.
Use your Discord, buddy. Get into Discord. Turn that shit off.
I got you, bro. Calm down.
That was so funny. That was I'm over here. Look, good luck. Good thing, like, we're not hardcore drug users or something. You didn't turn it on. We're like, what? Wait. It's like out of nowhere.
Hello.
Hey, Lozzie, don't forget to mute on the other side. So here we are. It's a Phat and Spicy Show.
I don't know what was going on with that, dude. That was a little crazy to me because it was literally on StreamYard. It was playing the intro, but then it was
Yeah, I looked over at my monitor and I'm like, oh, holy crap!
I looked over at YouTube and I was like, wait, what? So, anyways, guys, welcome back to another great episode, guys. We missed you. I've missed all of you guys. So, I hope that you've missed me sincerely.
No, I'm actually tired of your face.
Fuck your face, man. Whatever.
Dude, I spend a week with you. It's not like this is like a once a week thing. We game, we talk, we're all over the place. I actually get bored of you.
Dude, that's why you're not getting none of this nutty buddy bar.
Well, see, now that's the other issue. You're never sharing your nutty buddy bars with me.
All right, dude. Sometimes you can't share everything in this world, dude. You can share your girlfriends, you can share your wives, but you never ever share the nutty buddy bar.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
So, am I the only one that's ever eaten one of those? And then, like, when you're done, you feel cheated? It's like, I wanted more. But, you know what I mean? It's like a candy bar. You buy a candy bar. You go to the store. You buy a candy bar. Eat the candy bar. After it's done, you're like, aw. I don't know. I always feel cheated after I eat candy bar.
No, I think it's pretty good. I think it's a good. Now at work we have the huge ones, like the fuck these thing. Like one stick is about half of these two.
Really?
Well, I won't say half of. It's probably about as thick as that right there. Like,
are you talking about the the breakfast bars that they have?
No, those are Nutty Buddies.
They have breakfast Nutty Buddy bars.
Yeah, they're like the candy bar ones. They're like super.
You're gonna have to pull up a picture of that because I've never seen that.
It's got like eggs and sausage.
Yeah, I was like, what is that? Like eggs, bacon, something like chocolate.
Hold on.
Maybe
well, before we go,
breakfast.
Before we go, we got to do the proper intro. He's fat. I'm spicy. That's our producer Laws down there, guys. Welcome to the Phat and Spicy Show. Now, back to the conversation. So, tell me about these sausage candy bars that you were talking about.
Maybe they're not breakfast. They're just like Nutter Butter candy bars. They're not the cookies or the wafers. It's the candy bar.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never seen a breakfast Nutty Buddy bar. I don't know if I'd be interested in that. I don't know if that's something that's gonna perk my taste buds up.
So, what is a snack that you eat that you think other people might consider gross?
I'm not really big weirdy on food, bro. Like, not that I know of. I mean, I eat tortillas and peanut butter, but that's just bread on with peanut
That's
butter.
bread and peanut butter, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People look at me like, what? I'm like, no, I mean, I'm thinking. I think we already had this discussion before.
Something tells me we did.
I think we did.
I remember you talking about peanut butter and tortillas.
Yeah. I think we already had this discussion.
All right, well, go back in the other episodes and watch it. I'm just
No, but let's dive
You're
into
caught
the
off guard.
Yeah, let's dive into the real nitty gritty of things, dude. MAGA, Trump, Musk, tearing this country apart with their
What are you talking
religious.
about?
I don't know, dude.
dude, no. Musk is going to save this country, dude. That little thing that he did on Bozzy cut out.
It's all right. We should come
That
back.
little car advertisement that he had on the White House lawn, dude, that's going to save our country. I'm glad he did it.
Dude.
Let me ask you this. Because this is what struck me. So, you know that historically, it's the Democrats that buy the electric cars, right? Save the environment, this and that, EV.
Yeah.
Do you think more Republicans and Trump supporters are going to start buying them because of that?
You know, I honestly believe that if Trump was to push anything, his supporters are very loyal. His supporters are very go get whatever Trump wants and needs.
Yeah.
You know, so they'll do it. Not all of them will, but there is a strong base that he has built of supporters that are very loyal to him. I mean, look,
And
at
will
the
actually
storming-
go out and
look-
buy
look
the
at
electric
storming of the
vehicle.
DC. Look at storming of DC. Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
And he didn't even say it was kind of a thing that he said out the side of his mouth.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
So, okay, I don't want to go all back to this January 6th. I don't.
Yeah.
But did he say it or did he not? That's just a yes or no question. We know that he didn't say it, but did he say it or didn't he?
He
yes or
said
no.
it, but he didn't say it.
He said it, but he didn't.
It was implied.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Not saying nothing. I'm just saying it.
I'm just saying if it was me, I wouldn't do it. I'd do it. This is what I would do if it was me, but it's not. It's you guys. It's all of you.
Federal judges are making all of these Doge cuts go back to work. They're saying, you know what? These Doge firings are illegal. You can't do this. And all these people are going back to work. The courts are ordering them back.
Would you want them to go back? Would you want to go back if you were fired?
So that's okay. Let's talk about that. You hear about these people, like some lady gets fired, right? Because her boss sexually discriminated against her. Say it's not like a high paying job. It's a regular job like McDonald's, right? You win the lawsuit. You really going to go back to work the next day and show up and give the best mixed service you can?
See,
you know what I mean?
That's one of those things that I kind of feel a little weird about. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, if you like the people that get hurt at work and they get hurt at work and there's like do you want to go back to work even if you're after the lawsuit and everything like that? Do you want to go back to work in the place you got hurt at?
Right? Is that really what you're going to do right now? It's never made sense to me, that whole suing to get your job back. That's the place you're going to go. I don't know. I'd rather sue for money so I can go find myself another job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. But like I said, to me, but again, going back to Trump, going back to Elon Musk, the following, dude, where do we stand right now? Where do we stand as a country? I mean,
where do we stand as a country?
With everything that Trump and Elon Musk have shown us, and social media kind of blurring the lines between fact and fiction, dude, I feel like they've done a really good job at pushing a certain agenda and marketing. I want to say what it is marketing to me.
Yeah.
Marketing themselves and as a product, dude, because it's like they're running commercials to me. They're not even ads. They're not even campaigns. They're just like commercials. And I'm like, what are they going to say?
You're not wrong.
What are they? What kind of misinformation are we going to get? What kind of confusion? And the thing is, so much has been corrected. Like when Trump says something, does he fact check anything?
Does he fact check anything? Dude, this guy's tweeting at 2:30 in the morning. You think he's fact checking a fucking thing? He's sitting on his White House crapper. Where's my phone? I gotta send the best tweet. I've got the perfect thing to say. It's gonna be awesome. No, he's not. He doesn't look at not. Remember what we were talking about with the trans frogs? They're turning a couple $1 million to turn frogs into trans or whatever, and it had nothing to do with that. It was a different trans, just the first 4 letters. I don't know. Anyway,
That's what.
No,
So
he
basically,
doesn't
what
fact
happened
check
was Musk cut funding because
Yeah.
he saw trans frogs or whatever like that on the thing.
yeah,
and
but
they
he didn't look in
automatically
to see what it.
Yeah, they automatically assumed that they were turning frogs into trans, or they were studying trans.
But you're geniuses. Trump has said it. Elon has said it. These guys are genius. I have the best words. Well, you don't even know fucking words. Anyway,
I don't,
man,
I
this
don't understand, dude. I mean, but the thing is, like I said, the thing that worries me the most is that, again, him having this loyal following, and then on top of that, spreading misinformation. You know what I'm saying? The spreading of misinformation that's not fact checked, the spreading of all this confusion.
yeah.
It's just it's crippling society and the economy. You know what I'm saying? Because if he doesn't fact check, you think his followers are going to fact check?
No,
Because they go off
they-
everything he says.
they blindly follow. But what I'm sitting here pondering is, as you're talking about this, because it actually just clicked in my head, do you think there's a master plan behind this, or do you think it is what they're saying, like he's using a chainsaw instead of a scalpel to change the government? Do you think there really is like a grand Dr. Evil scheme behind all of this? Like the Dow is tanking, right? What a great time for you and your billionaire friends to buy up a ton of stock for cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Let me
Like
tell you this.
you know what I'm saying?
Since the dawn of time, since the dawn of the market, since economy boom and the rise and down of the economy, there has always been and always will be the one pro-choice. I don't even say pro-choice. The one
That's the wrong word,
solid,
right?
the one solid option to boost the economy back up, and that word is what? Where in times and in U.S. history, when has our economy shot up?
In times of war.
In times of war.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly. In time
Eisenhower
and time
warned
again,
us.
In time and time again, it has been proven the same thing, and history again repeats itself as it will. And if you look at it now, that is what's going to happen. That is what is on the verge of happening. That has been on the verge of happening for so long. You know, Trump pulling us out of the UN. Him shaking hands with
Putin.
Putin. And who else? Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un. Oh, he's a great guy. I sent him
He's
letters.
two of the biggest dictators in the history.
No, but he wants to go and call Zelensky a dictator. He started the war in the Ukraine.
Dude, come on.
He started the war.
What did
Not
they
Putin.
say?
Putin?
What do they say? And the thing about it is, this is a phrase that I believe Trump supporters often use and will consistently use throughout history is what? One bad apple, what?
What spoils the bunch?
Exactly. Birds of what? Birds of a feather?
Flock together. Where are you going with that? Yeah.
Okay, so
But-
Trump is hanging around who?
The billionaire. Well, he's hanging around rich people because he wants to.
I'm talking about Putin. I'm talking about Kim Jong.
Oh, the dictator. Well, he likes them because they're just people of power. But I have my other reasons about why he's kissing Putin's ass. I think we talked about it on the last show.
What do you
I think he might be a little
KGB.
leftover from the KGB ages. You know what I mean? I'm not a conspiracy theorist. You know me. I don't believe in UFOs and I don't believe in ghosts and shit. But there's a part of me that's like, you are way too pro Russia to not be some kind of, I don't know, not a CIA, not a KGB asset, but he has some investment over there that, or they've got something on him. I don't believe the PP tape. I don't think that's a real thing.
But see, what does it say? I think Trump and Putin are negotiating a peace deal with Ukraine.
he calls him up and he's like, hey, Putin, we got to stop this. And Putin's like, let us stop these now. And now they're like talking.
Right. Now, and potentially the way they want to recognize Crimea.
Ukraine?
No, Crimea.
Oh, Crimea. Yeah.
As Russian territory.
Yeah, they're trying to give and take.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. That's the same thing what Trump's trying to do with Panama
and Canada and
Canada.
Greenland.
Like we're going back into the ages of taking over.
It's the United States of America, not the great American empire like it was in Britain. And, they're not going to. We're not supposed to go into countries and say this is ours now. That's not the American way.
But again, he's pushing buttons until somebody gets pushed and they push back. What did the president of Canada say? He said, we're not going to take it lightly. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm not going to be basically saying he's not going to be pushed around. You know what I'm saying? So
let's talk about Canada and Trudeau and all that for a second, who stepped down and I thought was a great prime minister of Canada. I thought he was wonderful. Everybody's got their moments and everybody's got their scandals. If you're in politics, it's going to be what it is. But let me ask you this. Did you see these pictures of whenever him and Melania met, they were like lovingly looking, like she was always giving him the eyeballs. And then they showed little videos of every time Trump tries to grab Melania's hand, she bats it away. And people are thinking, well, maybe he's starting this shit with Canada because he knows Melania loves Trudeau. Again, one of these stupid theories. Who knows what's what? I don't believe that, but
many countries have been fought over. Many wars have been fought over the hands of damsels.
It's true. It's very true.
This is true.
Even in the Bible, King David put he wanted this guy's wife. And so what did he do for this guy? He put him on the front lines of a war. He's like, you go up there and you fight. And then when that guy died, he took that guy's wife and he's like, you're mine now, honey.
Yeah.
That's Bible times. That's King David.
I'm telling you, man. Look, like I said, it is what it is, and that's the truth of the matter. There is nothing. We cannot put nothing above anyone. We can't put anything below anybody because we don't know the minds of people. We don't know the minds of Trump. We don't know what he has in store for us. Again, but I do know one thing, that Trump is a businessman. That is above all anything else. He is always going to look for the benefit of his and his amigos, his pockets. Yep. And again, like I said, one thing has stayed true to the testament of time is that there is profit in war.
And two great movies were made about that. Lord of War, War Dogs. These guys do. And if you watched War Dogs, you should see the economy behind the military industrial complex, which is like I was saying earlier, what Eisenhower warned us about. This is a thing. As long as there are war, there will be people that profit off of war. And some people profit off of funding both sides. I sold them the guns, but I sold them the bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking ridiculous, man. So what do you think, dude? Are we on the verge of world war? Do you think it will really escalate to something like that? Or do you think after the 4 years are up, things can recycle with a new president?
I think we're on the cusp, or we're already in the process of we're in a war.
But
you know what I'm saying? But see,
nobody's firing shots at each other.
No, exactly. Everybody is political. It's a political war. That's what we're in. So everything's war. Everybody thinks, nobody's being sent over, nobody's shooting, nobody's doing this. We're not in a war. Yes, we are.
Yeah, we are.
We are in a mass political war. You know what I'm saying? When our president likes to go over there and poke the sleeping bears, and say, look, hey, you're going to pay the tariffs, you're going to pay this, you're going to pay what you owe. We are the ones that owe people.
We're the ones who pays for that? We do. Our taxes fund the military that's shooting those bullets. Our taxes pay for all of this shit. They're campaigns.
Yeah, exactly. So when he goes over there and he's doing all these little small deals, and all the other countries are looking at us and they're like, hey, not looking too good over there. It's looking a little unstable. But like we are looked at from other countries. The United States is looked at as a third world country.
Of course. Well, to a degree.
We look underdeveloped.
So like against Canada, with the socialized healthcare, socialized education, with all of that, I agree with you. Why aren't we up to date with that? Where even countries like Venezuela and like I think the president of Mexico is a woman, isn't she? You know what I mean? Like, how come we? That's why Kamala lost. I'm going to tell you that right now. If she was a man, we would have a Democrat in office right now. But she couldn't pull it off because she was a woman. And America, for whatever reason, is just not ready to accept the fact that a woman can be a leader. Everybody wants to say, oh, they lead with their emotions. They lead with this. They lead with that. They're worried about. Fuck that, dude. Maybe it's time we try something new.
I'll tell you why, though. Because look at how the American woman is portrayed through media outlets.
But that's not always true. There's strong women in media.
Where are they on the media?
What are you talking about?
Where are they in the media? Where are they on the social media time? When you scroll your TikTok, do you see powerful women?
Depends on your algorithm.
Do you see powerful women?
I do, yes. I see lots of speeches by people like Elizabeth Warren, even Republican women. I watch a lot of politics, though.
But do you think that you think the majority of the people have your algorithm?
I don't know.
They don't.
I mean, I have other things in the algorithm as well.
They don't have your algorithm. They don't have that algorithm.
I don't have your algorithm.
Exactly. Like I said, when I go through and I'm looking at I'm looking for social media news. I'm looking to see what's hot, what's trending.
I know. See, that's a difference.
It's not Elizabeth, whoever the fuck her name is.
Elizabeth Warren.
I don't know who that is.
United States Senator.
Nope. Over my head.
On January 6th, they took a dump on her desk.
Yeah, now I know who you're talking about.
He's like, I knew that. I knew that would fucking do it.
No. Oh no, but like you know what I'm getting at though.
I know what you mean.
That's what I'm saying. Is that women are being portrayed by the media as thoughtless.
Well, why?
As fast and easy. Because that's what's trending. That's what gets the views. And everybody is looking at what everybody wants to be hip. Everybody wants to keep up. You know, everybody wants to be within the now and the know.
Okay, so let's be in the now and the know. Back in the 50s and 60s and 70s, it was the women that fucked up in sitcoms. And the guy would come home and, Lucy, what have you done? Now, in our current society, it's the men that fucked up and the women that hold the families together. So where is this coming from? The women are the strong people. You can see it in our media today.
But the men of the America aren't willing to accept that. They aren't willing to accept and say, hey, my old lady is more manly than me.
No, there's that.
Because of what? Because of male egos, bro. Male egos are too big.
You're not wrong.
When you meet somebody and you introduce your wife, the first thing that comes out of your mouth isn't, hey, this is my wife. She does everything in the house, and I just sit here.
Well, nobody says that about any spouse. The women don't say that about their men. That's not a fair statement. That's not a fair statement, Fatsy. Come on.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Nobody wants to admit anything. Because in our minds, everybody's mind, and everybody's mind, they do the most.
That's true. Well, it goes back to the old saying, right? Nobody's the bad guy in their own story. Even Hitler, in his mind, was the good guy. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, I don't know. People saying they read his book and he wasn't that bad of a guy.
Oh, I can't hear that. I have heard.
But I don't know.
Oh, I've heard so many people with this. You know, Hitler was kind of a good guy. I'm like, shut the fuck up. That's just like the Earth is flat. Shut up. You think you know something. You think it makes it better than everybody. You better than everybody else. I don't want to fucking hear it.
I'll tell you what. I don't think what they're trying to say is that he was a good guy, but maybe that he had valid views, which everybody does. You know what I'm saying? So even some of the serial killers, you know, they have these logical ways of thinking. You know, it's like, oh, why did you do it? Oh, I'm trying to limit the population.
Serial killers had logical ways of thinking.
Everybody has a reason. Not everybody. Not when you go down to eating people, that's a little. But some of them did like for what did Hitler do? Population control, despite it being but in order to sustain, even scientists now say that the population has to be kept at a certain, or we are going to what? Run out of food? We're going to
Yeah, but not through concentration camps and
no, but
genocide.
is that I understand that. I'm not saying the way he went about it was right. I'm not saying that. Don't quote me on that. No, what I'm saying was that what he was aiming for
Mhm.
is something that, how do you say, is
Well, he wasn't aiming. No.
No.
Hold on.
As it is back then. Was
He wasn't aiming for less population. He was aiming for
was
a
aiming for
master
eradication.
race.
Yeah, he was.
He was trying to make the perfect race and
Yeah.
have that be across the globe, the Aryan
which was
race.
crazy because he wasn't even part of that race,
He wasn't even. Thank you.
right?
Jesus. Man, I just wish they would have accepted him into art school. We wouldn't even be talking about this shit right now.
Exactly, dude. That's really what it's about. They don't want to let me draw.
They don't like my drawings. Fuck them. And the guy that owned the school was like, his name was like Reuben Goldberg or something. He's like,
Yeah,
fuck
he's
this
like-
man.
Yeah. Who is he? What is his family? That's horrible.
This
dude.
is the
That's
wrong
horrible.
thing. You got mad at me last week for joking about shit. We shouldn't be.
Oh, dude, that's just crazy.
Oh, okay, so we're talking about control of the government. Now you've got people coming out saying that they want to make talking about Trump and Elon a crime. They want to be able to lock you up in a hospital.
Arrested. We could have got arrested
Yeah.
and sent to the mental institution right now.
Right now, because of what we're doing, they could charge us with Trump derangement syndrome. That's what they're calling it. Trump
Is
derangement
it Trump and Musk derangement syndrome? Or just
No,
Trump?
it's just Trump derangement. Anytime you talk bad about Trump or his allies or anybody that works with him, you could be charged. It hasn't gone through yet, but the bill was brought up by Congressman Justin Eichmann. Now let me tell you about Mr. Justin Eichmann.
Give me the word Trump. What again? Trump.
Oh,
What was it?
derangement syndrome.
Derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
guys. That's basically what this bill was proposed, was saying that if you or anybody else decided to use and express your freedom of speech,
Yep.
and say Trump is so and so, his friends, I don't like them, they could come knocking on your door legally and say, hey, you need to come with us. You're 5150.
You don't. It's it, and they'll lock you up in a hospital, and the doctors will look at you. Now,
They
Justin
give you a little
Eichhorn, who
lesson.
proposed. Hold on, you got to hear this. Justin Eichhorn, who proposed this bill, just today was arrested for trying to have sex with an undercover officer who posed as a 16-year-old girl. Where are the morals? You guys want to be the party of we're Christians and we're all this and that? How come every time there's a Republican convention, Grindr goes through the roof? How come all of your congressmen and senators are all wrapped up in sex scandals, usually with underage girls or some shit like that? You don't hear about too much of that with the Democrats. You hear about some. Everybody's going to have their whatevers, but not too much. So, and then you want to pass a bill like this? Who the fuck are you guys? You're going to take, if anybody out there agrees with this Trump derangement syndrome bill, I'm going to tell you, unsubscribe right now. No, don't do that. Don't do that. We need all the subscribers we can get. I'm so sorry.
Even if you agree with Trump derangement syndrome, you want to lock these fucking crazy bastards
Let me-
up
let me-
for talking about Trump.
Let me clear my throat here, just so we don't get arrested. The views expressed by Phat and Spicy do not represent the views of PNS Studios
Thank
at
you.
all.
At all. But anyways, like I said, dude, I mean, okay, so the guy that proposed this bill, the guy that pushed it, is trying to push it and market it, was arrested
Mhm.
for
Trying to have sex with a 16-year-old girl who turned out to be an undercover cop.
that is crazy. But the craziest part that's even more crazier than that, bro, is how fast they rushed to just brush all this stuff under the rug.
Of course. I was trying
Yeah.
to, so I heard a rumor about that, right? I went on to like 4 different news sources to try to find something about this. You don't find it.
No.
I had to go to BBC. It was BBC News that reported it. I'm like, well, they're not going to lie about it. They're not paid by Trump or chastised by
No.
Trump, so who cares?
And
They can do
that's
whatever the
another
fuck they
thing.
want.
That's another thing, dude. And I was thinking about this the other day while we're on the topic of media. What happened to good media, bro? What happened to good news? What happened
Well,
to
cable.
the reporters that were going out there on the front lines and risking it all to get the story, the scoop of the century, bro?
Cable
Now,
news.
now they
happened.
work at TMZ.
Yeah. Well, remember, even when you were a kid, and especially when I was a kid, you only had 3 channels. And there were 3 newsmen you could listen to. Tom Brokaw, Peter Jennings, and Dan Rather.
Dan Rather, that's me.
That was it. And those guys were all on it between 6 and 6:30. And then at 7 o'clock, or it was from 6 to 6:30 was your local news. From 6:30 to 7 was NBC Nightly News or CBS Evening News or NBC Tonight. And then it was Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy,
Judge
you know, or Judge Judy or whatever the fuck. But that's all we had.
Jerry.
So you only could listen to these people. Now you can go online. You've got how many people, when I go to TikTok, there's 15 people talking today in fucking Trump world, today in fucking Democrat world. Everybody's a reporter now. You only had those 3 people and you had to trust them. You know what I mean?
But now the thing about it is we're so flooded with ridiculous media, dude. We're so flooded with just a bunch of bullshit. Now it's so hard to find a decent and real story. It's crazy. And now you throw AI in the mix, it's even worse. Dude, the amount of times that I go on Facebook and see a video of Trump or a politician and people, and it's just saying something crazy, or they're doing something crazy, and I look in the comments and I'm like, I'm baffled because it's so clearly AI. But the amount of believers of people are getting angry about this and retweeting it and resharing it, and the comments that are being left, and I'm like, guys, do you not realize this is AI?
This isn't real.
It's not real.
Yeah.
It blows my mind that nobody takes the time to do any kind of investigation. Nobody takes the time to do a fact check. Nobody takes the time to say, hey, let me look into this before I decide to feel or let it move me in an emotional way.
But those, hey, Lozzie's back. We can't hear you though, baby. Nothing.
She'll get it.
But those that do the real reporting and report on what's factual and whatnot are called fake news. It's not real. So if your cult leader's telling you it's fake news, you can only listen to these 2 news places and they all kiss my ass. Well, then where's the real reporting coming from?
Exactly.
Nobody's going to listen to one way or the other. And at some point, nobody's going to listen to any of it. Fuck.
No.
Something went on in France. There was some building was evacuated in France. I saw on TikTok, like 4 people live streaming it. I go onto our news and everything. I went onto like BBC. They didn't have anything. I go into our news, nothing. But you get other news from other sources. Problem is, what's factual? Everybody's got an opinion. It'd be like me having a news channel. You don't want me to have a fucking news channel. I don't know the fucking news.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
we can.
Hell yeah. So
There you
I
go.
have actually something to say about this.
Here we go.
So here we go now.
Not only did she come back with a vengeance, she came back with an attitude and an opinion.
Yeah.
Let's have it.
So I was actually having a conversation with my mom the other day. Actually, it was like yesterday. And I was talking to her about different things that were going on in the news, whatnot. And she's a very firm one-sided believer. And I have a friend that's a very firm another side believer. And I told her about something that my friend was concerned about the education, basically. The IEPs and things like that are being taken away. And my mom was like, where do they hear this? Where do they hear that? And I was like, well, where do you hear your information from? And how do you credit your information? Like, how do you know that the person that you're getting your information from is actually legit? And actually, because she listens to podcasts as well. She listens to a guy in particularly about different things that are going on in the world. And she's like, well, it's been proven over and over and over again in the history and this and this and that. And I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like things are getting retold and they're coming from different opinions and different sides of things. So.
We don't have real opinions in it. We don't actually have a way to express, like I said, Jacob said it right. There's no one trusted source you can go to anymore. And if there's not one trusted source, that means there's not any trusted source. That's all there is to it. So where do we get our news from?
It's true.
Where are we supposed to?
How
You know
are
where
you
I know where I get my news from?
Mm-hmm.
I go outside the U.S. I'm
That's
looking
right.
at like other countries' news articles.
That's right.
That's where I go.
I
Because-
read BBC's on my phone. It's like my most used app.
Yeah, I'm looking at Mexico news. I'm looking at other news. I don't look at America's news. Like I do, but it's just kind of
You
like
have to.
I look at it like what's that little tabloid thing? The Inquirer? What is it? The
The National Enquirer. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I look at. I'm like, let's
Sun.
see what's going on today.
What are these aliens?
I'm waiting for the day I open up CNN and they're like, Bat Boy has escaped. I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude. US Weekly.
You remember Bat Boy?
Yeah. But that's how I look at it. And then I go out, and it's crazy that I even have to do that, or that I feel safer looking at the US from the outside in. You know what I'm saying? Because the inside in is all fucked up. Like it's like a maze. It's like you're in a maze, and the internet and social media has done nothing but make it worse. It made it more congested with so much fake information.
Fake news.
Yeah, the real fake news.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever seen that episode of South Park, dude, where they were trying to fight against ads.
No, I don't. I haven't seen South Park in years.
So this is an old episode, dude. This is old, and I used to smoke and everything. But I would remember I was high, and I was watching this episode.
It's no longer credited.
Yeah, South Park has a lot of like hidden messages.
No, I know.
Yeah.
So if y'all ever want to look at something crazy, watch that episode of South Park where they're fighting against ads, bro, and just think about it from an aspect of when you're online and you're looking for information, you're getting hit with this. There's so much congestion coming at you. Picture it as a buffet line. All you want is pizza, but it's at the end of the buffet line. You have to go through the lasagna. You got to go through the pastas. You got to go through the Chinese food, the Japanese food, just to get to the pizza. By the time you get to the pizza, you don't even
the pizza's in the front. The prime rib is in the back.
Well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, I know
gotta
what you mean.
through all this to get to the good stuff, to the real stuff. But you're constantly being bombarded with this. Boom, 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 boom.
You want to talk about bombardment, dude? You know the story with my car and this company, Les Schwab, that fucked me up.
Yeah.
All I've been getting for every fucking podcast, my wife and I, the commercials on YouTube are all for this fucking company. I even went, hey Siri, I hate Les Schwab, stop showing me commercials, and it won't.
No.
I don't understand what you said.
No, but exactly.
That kind of reminds me of that movie that came out. What is that? Ready Player One, where they were talking about how they were going to buy the game, and then all these ads would just pop up everywhere in front of their face. They'd have to sit there and swipe everywhere just to be able to see anything.
But imagine that. Now imagine that if they were to do that on a level where they talk about putting chips in your head.
Dude, where you wake up, you go to sleep and you dream about Coca-Cola.
Yeah. That'd be crazy. Did you wake up and you just got ads all in your fucking mind? You're like,
fuck that. No. I'm not even saying that. Not even in your vision. I'm saying in your dream, like some sexy girl walks up to you in a forest. She's like, you want a Coca-Cola.
You wake up and you're like, damn.
You're fuck, I could go for a Coke right now.
Yeah. But they do it. They already do that.
They already do it.
They already do that in advertising. When they have like a chemical that they spray in the air when you walk into like a restaurant that it makes you, makes you more hungry.
Oh, like at Disney, the whole
where they spray, where they spray,
Disney on the street.
They play music. They do little ads and campaigns. It's already human programming has been going on since the 60s.
You know that I love casinos and gambling. You know I am a gambler at heart. When I was 22, my dad and I went to Reno, and we stayed at this place called the Silver Legacy. And I shit you not, every morning they would fresh roast their beans and pump that smell. It was so powerful into the casino. Everybody was drinking coffee because you're like, I want a fucking coffee right now. And now you're up 6:30 in the morning. You're ready to fucking play some craps. Every table was open and every table was fucking full. I shit you not.
I'm telling you.
Like it's amazing what they do. And it's not just casinos and it's not just Main Street in Disneyland. It's our media. They do it to us too. It's not smells, but it's visuals. It's things that we want. Sex sells. You know what? When you see a razor, a commercial for like a lady chic, are she like holding the razor going, "Lady chic is great"? No, she's shaving her sexy legs. You know what I mean?
That are already pre-shaven.
Yeah, that are already fucking thank you. That are already You don't see no stubble on that shit.
They're already pre-shaven.
They're already done. Meanwhile, my wife's got sweaters on her legs. Not really, honey. If you're watching this, I'm so sorry. It's just comedy.
Hey, you know what?
Shit.
Some of us don't need to shave. I would hate to wake up to a glitched out moment on my like if I ever got like an implant, which I would never would because I'm totally against that. But if I were to ever get an implant, can you imagine if your implant like glitched out on you and you're like, oh, I thought I wanted a Coca-Cola, but I really want crack. Like,
Well,
You're just in your ear, you're just sleeping, just like smoke some crack, smoke some
Yeah.
crack. You wake up, you're gonna smoke some crack. You're just like waking up, like what the?
yeah. Like it meant
You
to say
can get it on
Coca-Cola,
413
but
Main
it's really you went to say Coca-Cola, but it really said Coke, and you're just like,
well,
Coke,
that's different.
Coke, 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 yeah.
Hey, by the way,
Enjoy your
guys,
minds,
we have a live phone line. If you guys are watching right now on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook, 707-277-1895 is our number. It'll come down on the screen again. Give us a call. Talk to us. If you have an opinion that doesn't match ours, we want to hear from you. If you got an opinion that you think you
call
guys
up
are
here
great,
and yell at Spicy.
call
Yell
us.
at his ass.
Call me. Yell at me. Give it to me. I want you to shit on my... No, don't shit on my...
Oh my god,
That came out wrong.
Jeez. Anyways, another news, guys.
That's a different show here.
It's a different show.
Yeah.
It's the Patreon show.
That's what I'm
The Spicy Dumpy podcast.
Oh my
I don't know.
goodness. Anyways, in other news, we're talking about and not spicy, but space. Those astronauts are coming home. Hopefully.
Yep. And just like the
Oh.
IRS workers, a federal judge ordered them to go back to the space station and get back to work.
Yeah, get just back there. So it's been like what, 10 months? 10 months?
9 months, 9 months.
9 months, dude. Of being
Dude, they
in
showed
space.
pictures of them side by side. They don't look great.
Listen,
But nobody
all
looks
I-
great when you're
That's
up there
the
that
only thing
long.
I saw was that picture with the girl's
But
hair
now-
was all like,
Yeah.
But now it's like, now we're going to see the long-term effects of what it feels like to be in space. And I can't help but
No. That's already been done. They're not the longest people in space.
No,
You've got
you
people in the ISS that have been up there longer.
But yeah.
So we've already seen it. The problem is that they made this whole thing political. That's the fucking problem. Elon Musk could have sent this fucking thing up. They could have got these people back. I don't know why it's such a big deal that they were up there. I mean, I get they're stranded in space, but they weren't like stuck in a tube the size of your bathroom. They were on the ISS.
What I had read is
Other people.
they contracted some kind of weird bug
No.
or some kind of sickness, and that's why they were up there. They kept them up there until
What? So that until they got rid of the alien sickness, the alien
I don't
flu
know.
that
That's,
they had.
that's what I read. I don't know. I read it on a forum. Now, is that forum any like exclusive? No, it's not. But again, I like this. I like to read the conspiracies, dude. I like to let my mind flow off into the ether.
I would take a bullet for you. I love you. You are my boy. But I cannot understand how you can read this shit and be like, I just don't. I never understand it, buddy.
do you
Because
guys
it hasn't
ever-
been proven wrong. It's not proven wrong. It's not proven
It's not.
right, but it's not proven wrong.
Do you guys ever
It's like,
look
it-
at those?
All right, so hold on real quick. Before, so wait,
You know what you're gonna ask.
a month in, when they come down, and all of a sudden we hear the monkeypox vaccination
I already knew you said
COVID-3
it.
X marks the spot is going around. I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna be like, take that
And you know
bullet.
what? If I contract some weird space herpes from these fucking people, I'm the first one to say I was wrong. Lozzie, what were you going to say? We're sorry. I knew he was going to talk about space disease.
First off, use condoms. Second off, have you ever seen those pictures of like the president before the election and then after
Oh,
the
yeah.
term?
Oh, yeah.
So
They
I'm
age
wondering,
awful.
yeah. So I'm wondering what it would look like. Like, has anybody ever seen the pictures of like before the astronauts went up to space and now after?
A lot thinner. Like if you looked at me, I would not have these jowls and these cheekies. I would be very pulled back because the food that they have is caloric, but it has to be caloric to a degree. You can't be over caloric because there's not a way to burn all of that energy all day.
Do they
Plus
look
you're
aged?
weightless. Huh?
Do they look more aged, like hella aged, or?
Depends on how long they're up. But you got to remember, you're only up there 6-7 months. Presidents are in there for four years, sometimes 8 years,
Yeah, but still,
and
like
dealing with shit. But
we don't know. Does
what
space
you do
age
is,
us, or does it?
you space ages.
I mean,
That's
is there
cute.
time and space?
Yes, there's time in space, and it gets
Who
warped the
says-
closer. you-
Who made up time? People.
Einstein proved it with his equations.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
We're not science geeks over here, so
Hey,
I'll leave that.
Josh,
Nerd.
can you
Get this
put
guy outta
away
here.
your
Get
Weekly
this
World
nerd
News?
out of here.
Shut up. You know. Shut up, you dork.
All his
Oh, you're
time
such
talk.
a geek.
Jesus, dude.
But no, what happens is you do lose muscle mass. You lose a lot of muscle mass up there because you don't need them.
Yeah, well,
So-
like,
A lot of people are saying that, like, these gray aliens, when you see them. Now, again, I don't believe it, but I read everything. You notice that, like, they have, like, they're very thin bodies, and they've got, like, the bigger heads because maybe their brains have grown over time and their eyes are bigger to
It's
adjust to
because
the
they
low
got
light of
stuck
space.
in the birth canal.
Well, I've never heard that one. That's interesting. But they may be us from the future who found a way to come back and explore. And because of the way that we are in space, they don't need their muscles like that anymore because we do get a lot of muscle degradation up there.
So
And
you're
a lot
saying
of-
we evolve into that?
Maybe.
if you believe in evolution, that's what they're saying. That we
Do you not
evolved
believe in
into that
evolution,
because-
Jacob?
Do I believe that we came from monkeys?
Yes.
No,
He's a firm believer of Christ, sir.
no, no. Like I know you got the fur on the front and the back to prove it, but
Yeah,
you know,
look, I got monkey fur right here.
yeah. See,
So I have a question.
Check
If
this
we're
out, check
on
this out.
that topic real quick, I heard the other day that a lot of Christians don't believe in dinosaurs.
They don't. They think the dinosaurs are put here by the devil to make us believe in evolution, the lie of evolution, that the earth was built in 6,000 years. Now, these are the Bible fundamental literalists.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
my God.
Again, I believe that there's. I don't know, I feel like dinosaurs are just animals. I don't know why we call them dinosaurs, but
Well,
they're
they're
just
lizards.
animals.
They're just huge
Dinosaurs.
lizards, but
Yeah,
it's a
they're
term
just
for-
animals to me. I think that this
But
determines.
they weren't on the ark, were they?
No,
You're talking about different time periods.
dinosaurs and man did not coexist
Yeah.
like the Flintstones.
Yeah. So
You got the caveman.
Yeah, but they didn't live with dinosaurs.
I thought they lived with dinosaurs.
No, dinosaurs went extinct millions of years ago, like 6.2 million years ago. Humans have been around for about 300,000 years.
yeah,
as
so,
we
like,
know,
I think
As
the
we
dinosaurs had to
know.
die for humans to come out.
they had to.
Maybe we evolved.
We would
from
not. We would not be
dinosaurs.
alive. We would not get anywhere with dinosaurs around.
Well, what happened was, you're absolutely right, Jacob. When the dinosaurs went extinct because of the asteroid, it was the little furry rodents that burrowed underground to escape that evolved and grew and mutated into what we are now. Like, you don't understand. This didn't happen in like 50 years. This happened over millions of years.
So again, as for all you people out there, Spicy is a bug who burrowed on the ground. All right.
No,
He
I
is
was
a
true.
reptilian. You heard it here
I'm not
first.
a reptilian.
Look at his eyes. He blinks from the sides.
That's why I wear the sunglasses. I don't want you to
Two
see me.
ways. That dude is not real. Stop the plane.
Oh shit, my mask is coming off. Let
Yeah.
me fix that. There we go. Is it smooth now?
Did
I'm
you
telling
guys talk
So,
about the planes last week?
Yeah.
we've been talking about planes for so long. Look at me doing the Elon thing. My bad.
Hey,
I was doing a
I
plane.
thought I was going to get us canceled for the fried chicken comment.
It's trending. No. Jeez,
I have
we've
a friend
been talking about
going out of the
planes.
country
And
soon, and I'm like, oh god,
and the
is
crazy
he
thing about it is there's more planes that keep going down.
More
And
accidents,
people are still where's my they're like, hey man, give me a
Yeah,
phone.
but
Hold on, hold on.
Did you hear about how there's more planes going down, but they may have found the what is that one? The one that disappeared. Oh shoot.
in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah. What was that
Yeah,
called?
the plane that went down in the Indian Ocean. It was actually a
you talking
Google
about the one
mapper that might have
You
found
talking
it.
about the one that disappeared?
Yeah, it was a Google
they just-
mapper that might have found it. He thinks maybe.
They came up into a
No,
wormhole
the
and then
airlines.
Listen.
up in the future.
You guys got to remember, there are 800 to 900 plane crashes a year. The reason we don't hear about them is because they're mostly private planes operated by private assholes who touched down wrong at an airport, lost a wheel, and skidded off the runway. You don't hear a lot about it. You hear about the big ones, but how many big ones have we heard about? 3? 4? That's it.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a huge trend like the planes are falling out of the sky right now. If you told me, hey, Spicy, you got to get to fucking New York right now, I'm on a plane. I'm not worried about it. My odds are still better than driving from here to fucking San Francisco in
He's
my
a
car.
gambling man.
I am a gambling man.
So you think it's more like that red car syndrome? And I know there's a name for it, and I'm sure
Yes,
somebody
yes.
will like get with me. But like,
I know
you go
exactly
buy a
what you
red
mean.
car, and then you it's like, oh, I've never seen a red car.
So yeah,
I don't see them very often.
we've had 4. January 29th, February 17th, February 25, and March 17th.
Right. Now, how many of them were severe, like the plane crash and everybody died?
January 29th, 67 individuals aboard both crafts.
Okay.
February 17th, all
Mhm.
80 occupants survived and 21 sustaining injuries. February 25th was leading to 17 fatalities and an estimated of 29 deaths on the ground.
Mhm.
March 17th, that one was resulting in 12 deaths and 5 survivors.
Okay, so we're looking at and I'm not saying this is light by any means, so don't make me out to be a heartless bastard, but we're looking at
But
90
from
deaths.
the fear mongering that's going around right
Right.
now, it's
So-
not on a totality level that's like a crisis.
No,
You know,
no. So Trump and Doge went in and looked at the FAA, and I'm not, guys. Please don't think that I am a hardcore Democrat, but they went in, they looked at the budgets, and they cut some air traffic controllers. They cut more than they should have, but none of these crashes are related to that. So let's just be neutral here. You know, that's what I try to be. I try to be as neutral as fucking possible. What up, Kodiak? We're talking shit about Orange Man. Come join the conversation. Look, there's a phone number down there. Call us.
yeah.
So,
Cody.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna ask him something else. But go ahead.
I was gonna say, so I just looked up here on a website. It says according to FAA study, and this was back in 2023, there are approximately 5 plane crashes a day. However, this statistic includes general aviation, commercial planes, which very rarely are crashing.
Small pilots.
0.028 commercial plane crashes a day.
Mm.
That's in
0.028%.
That's in 2023. So
Still-
approximately 10 plane crashes a year for the last 5 years in 2023.
Globally,
Probably.
out of how many flights?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, I mean,
Sure.
Oh.
shit.
This is accounting everything. This is accounting anything that is
Okay,
considered
so
Yes.
blockbusters, you know, private
Yep,
planes,
exactly.
So
little
since-
gators.
how often planes crash in the U.S.? So between 1970 and 2023, taking into account all airlines, there have been 76 plane crashes in the USA. The accounts for 14% of all plane crashes worldwide.
See, that's the thing,
14%.
though. That's the thing. We only hear about things like this when people want a rise out of people. And to
Mhm.
me, if you're conspiracists like me, you know, which a conspiracy is just something that hasn't been proven right or wrong. You know, it's always in the midst of something. In the midst of something happening, they be. But did you hear about the plane
Yeah.
crash?
Remember when it was?
Blah, blah,
Remember when it was
And the
train crashes like
focus-
2 years ago?
Yeah, and then the
Yeah.
It was
focus
all
shift.
train derailments.
It's
And
because
then
they want
and
to
all of a sudden-
distract us.
Then the media starts pushing all these little another plane, and you're all like, "Oh my god, what's going on with the world?" Meanwhile, we are over here now. We got Trump. What is it called? What's
Trump
the
derangement syndrome.
Trump derangement syndrome, and that's that's being pushed. But we don't know about that, right? Because we're
Oh,
too
yeah,
busy
we do.
worrying about the planes. We're
Well,
too busy
there's that.
worrying about the Pope.
Well, the Pope ain't dead.
Right?
I was
Pope
raised Catholic.
Francis.
I still revere the Pope.
So
Like,
what
he's a
the
good
whole thing
dude,
was
but-
is he hasn't been seen lately, and people were wondering about his health. Maybe he
No,
passed
he's been
away.
seen.
Well, that's where it was coming from, where people were starting to talk about, maybe he had died and all this stuff because they hadn't seen him. He wasn't being shown as he usually is out in the public.
No, because he was in a hospital, but they were reporting he had pneumonia.
Yeah,
At one point, he had vomited back into his lungs, and they're like, "Oh shit, the Pope's gonna die." But
Isn't it if
He
the
made him
Pope dies,
turn around.
like smoke happens or bells ring?
yeah,
or
we're gonna talk
something?
about the conclave that happens.
that's not the
too.
only thing though. That's not the only thing that happens. The world ends.
So Jacob and I were talking about this before the show. You tell him the theory.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So the theory
Have a
is
good time.
basically inside the chapel, what's it called?
The basilica.
Basilica. Yes, there is a I want to say plaques placards for the popes, where they have a certain amount of popes that are basically on the wall, the ceiling, whatever we want to say. And after theory is after the last placard has been filled, which is one more after Pope Francis, so one more pope. After that pope, it is said that the world is going to end.
Mm-hmm.
That the world only has room for one more
Who
pope.
said this?
Yep.
And this is old. This is old like prophecy.
Old ancient.
Vatican,
prophecy.
yeah.
So ancient.
Vatican,
So ancient.
Was it more like they didn't have room to put any more popes on the wall?
Yeah.
No,
That's
no,
exactly what it would. Laws. Thank you, please, for your critical thinking. That's exactly what the fuck it is. And guess what? They can't put them on this wall. They're gonna put them on this wall.
He was like, why did you only do 20 popes? How many did you want? What did I tell you? Why?
She is only so big.
Because after the flags are filled, the world's going to end.
Oh my God, no! This is all hogwash.
Came to me when I was sucking the lead paint like this in my mouth.
So
No, but that is what the theory is, guys. That once the last placard has been filled, once that pope runs his session, it is over for the world. That is what it is. Again, it's the same thing that the ancient Mayans with their calendars and stuff like that. Everybody had a prophecy, and we're gonna see
everybody's
it.
got one.
But it ended, right? Like the Mayan
Yeah.
calendar.
Yeah,
was
for some
like,
people it was
Yeah.
it was the Kool-Aid, and that the alien ship was going to come pick them up.
Some people, it was the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Heaven's Gate cult. Remember, they were all wearing Nikes and drank the poison. They thought there was literally
Okay,
a
so-
UFO on the other side of a
You
comet.
I think you guys are getting your Kool-Aid confused. So the people
I love Kool-Aid.
who believed in the aliens were actually the Heaven's Gate people who ate the pudding with the
Oh, it was
rat poison
pudding.
in them.
Oh, it was put
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, the people who drank the
The
Kool-Aid,
Kool-Aid
were
That was
the cultist.
Jim
Yeah.
Jim Jones.
Jim Jones was the cultist who basically
but
told
he did that.
people-
Yeah.
Oh, he put it at gunpoint. He was
I'm
like,
about to say he forced them people.
yeah,
to do
he
that.
was like, drink this Kool-Aid or you're not
Dude.
cool.
There is audio of that event
Really?
where
Yeah.
they drank the Kool. You can hear because the parents had to give that to their kids first,
Yeah,
and you could hear the screaming and the crying and
yeah.
I've heard that. That is amazingly awful. Let's not talk about that no more.
There's
dude,
there's
that is
also
But that was pretty fucked up.
there's
I'm
also
sorry, dude. If we're all
footage-
in there, dude, and there's just a couple people with guns, and there's a bunch of us, some
Right.
of us are gonna die,
Right?
but we're gonna storm the fucking fronts
Yeah.
of Normandy. I know that much.
It's like those guys that took the plane down in Pennsylvania. They got up and they jumped that motherfucker.
Mhm.
They didn't let you crash another plane.
I swear I was watching some movie the other day about a similar situation where people were so scared to go, like they were hostages, or I can't remember what the frick that movie was, but they were hostages, and there were literally only two or three people with guns, but then there were like 16 people as hostages. I'm like, why don't you take these people? Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah,
that
I mean,
sheeple mentality.
But no, it's not that. It's the fight or flight. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people have it. When it comes down to that situation and stuff starts to happen, you don't know how you're going to react. You can tell yourself how you think you're going to react before something like that
Yeah.
happens, and hope
I
to
know
God
I
that you-
wouldn't do good.
But
Okay,
like
so-
when somebody runs up on you with a gun, you're sitting in your car on your phone, all of a sudden you got a gun in your face. Hey, get the fuck out of the fucking car! What do?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm out
probably
the
gonna
fucking
scream.
car. I'm lucky I
Yeah,
didn't shit my
same.
pants on the way out.
Yeah. So it's like you don't know. People all
That's
the time
true.
you see they call them, the
That's
internet
true.
warriors, the keyboard warriors. Oh, you wouldn't knock me out like that. You're gonna
Right.
get your ass knocked the fuck out too. Just you know.
Yeah, that's true.
I have never once heard of a person take a bullet to the leg and get up and start doing karate.
Yeah, right.
You know what I
Your
mean? Like the
adrenaline,
fucking
man.
like the
I don't
movies.
know.
You know what I
mean, yeah, I do. know
Oh
what
fuck!
you
I
mean.
got shot in the leg. Now let me go chase this guy and
Speaking
jump off a
of those
car.
things, if you ever do have a chance of there's a documentary about the Heaven's Gate, and if you ever watch it, they do interviews with some of the people who like
Got out of there.
got out of there, or they were doing interviews right before they ate the pudding, and they're just, it's so crazy just to hear them talking and like see how they look and everything. It's wild.
Well, I wonder how long it is until Trump's like, I got this new Trump pudding. I want you all to try it. It's the best pudding. It's beautiful.
No, don't
Look,
joke
people
about
come
that,
up to me, they cry, they say this is the best pudding I've ever had.
Don't
No, they
joke
don't.
about
They
So
it.
couldn't.
I do have a serious
You're right. You're
question.
right. I can't do that.
Jacob, as we all know that you're a Christian, right? And do you believe in like the prophecy stuff? Like if you
Ooh.
so for example, like
Pope thing.
my brother just got married, right? And he married a Colombian woman in the South. And I watched their
Spicy.
wedding. Yeah. I watched their wedding
Congrats
and it
to
was
them, though.
very thank you. It was it was a very different wedding, which I'm not judging or anything. That was just very different from what I'm used to. And I remember one point in the wedding, she was talking about how God had come to her 6 years ago and told her a certain quote, proverb, right? And then my brother had said that he heard the same proverb like last year. Do you believe in these things? Like,
Do I believe in the cycle of basically two people meeting and not being a coincidence and it being, meant to be? Yeah, I do believe that.
Yeah,
Why would I be sitting next to this
Yeah.
fucking guy right
Yeah,
here
you and me.
who
I mean,
lives
it's fucking that's the answer to that.
literally on the whole other side of this fucking dang country? He literally
yeah,
lives
but they
on one
believe it
side of
was
the
like
country.
a prophecy that they would meet and they would be together.
So
I
the
don't
only
believe
thing that's different between what I'm saying and what you're saying is the word prophecy, the word fate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yes,
the same
yes,
thing.
yes, 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 yes.
It's the same
But
thing. where
fate
two
isn't
things-
written in stone like prophecy is.
But
So I
is
see
it
what
not?
Laz is saying.
Is it not?
It's not.
I mean,
Who wrote in stone that they would meet? It's not written in the cards, but
nobody
They heard
wrote
it from God.
But see, that's the thing though. What did they hear exactly? So I can sit here and say it's going to take some time, but you're gonna go through a lot of rough things in it, and just when it seems like it's gonna be an over, like when you're at your wit's end, you're gonna meet somebody. I can say that.
No, it was more. It actually, according
That's
to
not
them,
prophecy.
it
That's-
was more in detail, more in depth. Like
So
there were
now,
signs, this is what you look for. This is the
to
proverb.
believe in something like that. Now I have heard of women going to see fortune tellers.
Mhm.
And they give them the descriptives of, oh, stay away from this kind of guy. We're gonna meet this man with this color hair. Stay away from that guy, or it's gonna be really bad for you. Blah 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 blah. Now I've heard this stuff. Can I sit there and say that I attest to that? It being fact? No, but do
you
I
can't.
do I
You're right. No.
no? But do I believe that there are other things in this world that are unexplained phenomena that happen that are completely out of my control? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So people call these things what we call testimonies, and these are what are considered to be unexplained events during trials of faith, that you go through that you don't have any explanation to. I'll give you mine per se, and then I'll let Spicy, tell me his thoughts on it. So for me, my testimony of when I made up my mind that this was real, that what I believe in is real, and was I was sitting there and I was going through some things in my life, where I was just down bad. I was depressed, and I didn't really see a way out, and I really wanted somebody to comfort me. But me being the man that I think I am, me having the ego, the pride that I am, I'm not one of those people that go out and say, hey, Facebook, I need prayers. I need unspoken prayers. Or, hey, can you guys lend me an ear? I need somebody to talk to. That's not the environment that I grew up in. It was more or less, hey, rub some dirt in it, suck it up. It happens to everybody. It's tough shit, but at some point you get to a point where you just want somebody, even as a man, you want somebody to save you. And I was at that point in my life, and I was in church, and there was a prophet that was coming to speak. And now, mind you, I'm not one of those people that sit in the front, and I don't sit in the very back of the church. I sit towards the middle as to blend in, because I don't want any eyes on me.
Even in church?
Even
Why?
Oh,
Isn't
I'm
church
looking at
supposed-
everybody.
well, I don't know. If you sit in the back, I feel like it's kind of disrespectful. Like you don't really want to be there. And if I sit in the front, I feel like I don't want this too much for me. It's too much. I get anxious.
I
You
thought
know?
church was a place of no judgment. Anyway, I'm
I'm-
sorry.
who's
Go ahead.
judging?
Go ahead.
I'm judging myself. You know, I'm judging myself. This is, but that's just how I feel about it. So I sit in the middle and I'm sitting beside some of my buddies, and they start doing the prayer. They start praying for people. They're like, hey, if you want to get prayed for, come up here, come up here, come up here. I wanted to go up there, but I'm not gonna go up there again. My pride, too big, you know. So I sat there and I'm watching everybody, everybody's bowing down, praying, everybody's closed their eyes. People are walking up there and the guy's praying for everybody. And I'm just like, okay, well, let's see. I really need this. I could use this. I'm not on the ends. I'm not on the ends of the aisle. I'm not in the ends. I'm in the middle. Like in the middle. So there's people beside me. There's people here. Everywhere.
So that makes it harder for you, doesn't it? Like you're like, oh, I have to get past them to get past them to go up
Well,
there.
no. Once you sit down, you sit down, and then people start coming in.
Oh.
So, but yeah, once you got to get up, like go to the bathroom. Yeah, it does. But so I'm sitting there, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna try. I was like, what is it gonna hurt? You know what I'm saying? What's it gonna hurt? I said in my mind, let's put it to the test.
Mm-hmm.
But
thou shalt not put your Lord God to the test. Oh, you've already fucked up.
Again, he will. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm one of those people that I had to see to believe, and that's how the Lord made me. That's how I am.
But that's not faith, baby.
Hey, exactly. You're right, and that's not faith. But again, sometimes you have to be shown something before you believe it. You don't believe I got a gun until I put it in your face. So anyways, I'm sitting there and I start praying. I said, look, God, I don't know. I said, you know who I am. You know how I am. I said, I have a lot of pride. I said, I'm not going to go up there. I said, as much as I want it and as much as I need it, I don't want to go up there. I said, I do want to go up there, but I can't go up there by myself. I said, I'm afraid. I said, but I'll tell you what, if this man will come and grab me and take me up there, I will go up there. And I kid you not, dude. This man walked down, put his hand on my shoulder, and pulled me to the front. Out of everybody else that he was praying for, dude. And like I said, in that moment, I closed my eyes. I didn't see. I wasn't looking around anymore. And I said that. And in that moment, that dude came and got me, dude. And that right there, when he took me up there, dude, and I watch these videos all the time of where they pray for people, and then boom, they hit them with the power, and you just
no, I don't want to hear about the hitting. I already know about that.
So I don't believe in that. Again, I'm a skeptic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is already so I'm in that moment, boom, and I go up there, and he pulls me up there, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? But when he starts to pray for me, all I can say is that I felt a sensation, dude, where I was light. Where it was
because somebody was focused on you for a moment, right?
But no, like I was literally like at a moment where I was like I wanted to fall. Like I was like something was pushing me down, but my pride was making me stand up. Like that's how I felt. That is how I felt in that moment.
Now,
I do have to say before you go,
and it wasn't him pushing; he wasn't touching me.
No, I'm with you. We'll talk about that in a minute. But go ahead.
But like I said, that for me in that moment is where I decided, that what I believed in, and again, it's not essentially. I'm not saying that I believe in God and a woman. God is a man. God is this. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in God being a entity as far as one thing. I don't believe in the teachings of man. I don't believe that I can go to church and then that what that guy says is going to be my life from here on out. No, I believe that we have guidelines in this world and that we choose to follow them. We choose to believe. But what is faith? Faith is truly letting go of the wheel and not worrying about, not saying, okay, well, I have faith that God's going to do this, but I tell you what, I'm going to put $20 in my pocket for a rainy day. That's not faith. But again,
I do have to say before you chime in, Spicy, I will comment on what Jacob said about the praying thing. When I was watching my brother's wedding, there was this point where I don't know if he was a pastor or just somebody that was doing the wedding, but they said, we want all of you guys in the church right now to pray for my brother and his wife. And I don't know how many people were there, 20, 30, 15, 10, I don't even know. But you could just hear everybody praying at once, and it wasn't loud. It was just like murmurs or silence, like whispers. But every now and then you could hear his voice or his name or her name, and like it was very beautiful and it was very powerful, and it was just like all these people were praying for just like these two people at the same time, and it was overwhelmingly like powerful. And I'm not a super religious person. I'm more spiritual than I am religious, but it was wild.
So I'm gonna comment on both of you at the same time. I do believe in some kind of energy,
energy,
and I'll tell you why. This is the only paranormal thing I've ever had happen to me in my life, and I'll tell you, it's a short story, but I'll keep it short. I know we're getting pressed for time. Me and my cousin, I sometimes my life was a little rough growing up, and me and my cousin ran away from home, and we got caught. The cops grabbed us up, put us in the back of a patrol car, took us home, and after the beating and the scolding, I remember walking downstairs, and I got so mad that I went like this, and a little picture frame of me flew off the wall, and it hit another wall, and both my parents saw it. And that's no shit. Like, it happened. Nobody touched it. Everybody was away from the fucking thing. But I got so mad that when every emotion that I had in me burst out of my brain at once. And that picture, it was a little picture frame, little foldable picture, went zooming across the wall and just hit the other wall and broke. And we all stopped. That's the only thing that's ever happened. And that's where I do believe that where both of you are talking about that energy of wanting to fall down, that energy of being around where people like you, Laws, everybody in that moment was focused on one individual. I'm not going to rule out the fact that we are all made of energy, and that energy flows. And I think that once that energy is directed, and we're so primitive, we're still apes. But once we learn how to direct that energy, we will be incredible beings, because I do believe that once properly directed, that energy can be amazing. That's what I think. So, like with you, Laws, and the feeling of when everybody was praying about that one time, Jacob, you were in that moment. And maybe that guy was already coming for you. Maybe he wasn't. But that energy connected with somebody in that room. And because of that, you were connected together. You and me, two sides of America, who are doing this show right now for no reason but connection because of energy. We felt each other's energy and where we were both coming from, and we had that connection. And then we met Lozzie, and here we all are together. That energy is amazing how that works. So I'm not going to discount that. But as far as like a natural creator and somebody who's in the sky saying, Jacob's praying to me right now for somebody to come take him up there, I'm going to make that happen, I just don't think so.
So do you believe in Reiki?
I think that the idea of Reiki is sound, but I think of the 30,000 practitioners out there, maybe 4 people know exactly what the fuck they're doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. It's kind of like yoga. Okay, we are going to stretch, and I want you to breathe out of your asshole. Well, all right, dude, you're here to bang half the chicks in your yoga class, but there's 2 guys that live in the mountains that use it for enlightenment. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Have you seen that the retreats that they have in Indonesia where the women they do it's like I forget what the name of it is, but basically what they're doing is the ladies in Indonesia will bathe them. Will do like a floral bathe beforehand.
They'll bathe me?
Yeah. And then they will basically like tell you like scream as loud as you can, as strong as you can for like the next.
Oh, I bet
5
they
seconds.
could make me scream as loud as I could.
Oh my god.
Well, guys, we are getting to the end of that thing. Before we go, guys, don't forget that woolly mammoths are right outside our door. No, I'm just. I want to say, okay, no, it's woolly mice. You know, scientists have injected some mice with some woolly mammoth DNA, and they're trying to.
True.
We're this much closer to Jurassic Park, guys. Have we not learned from the movies?
Yeah, but we can genetically modify them to be all like dude, I want Dino in my house.
Yeah. I don't want Bam Bam though. That dude breaking everything.
Fuck Bam Bam.
If we get woolly mammoth, can we get like cavemen back, please?
Oh my goodness! Wow, you already
Laws
like-
is horny for cavemen. I think
Like
that's the title of tonight's episode.
Like Encino Man, you ever seen that movie? That's like one of the best movies ever.
Bro.
You already
He
got the
like-
insurance man.
He likes your cones.
Jeez Louise. But yeah, guys,
Fucking great movie.
if you enjoy this content, guys, and you're enjoying this show and you want to help support it, you can too by just simply scanning that QR code there at the top of the screen. That there will send you over to our PayPal where you can donate anything you'd like, small things, big things, all the things. You know,
Large
if you want.
things.
Exactly. We're always looking to improve our equipment, mics, memory for our computers.
Cameras.
Yeah, cameras.
All the money that goes to that PayPal, we put right back into the show to
Right
make it
back
better
into
for
the
you
show,
guys.
guys. Right back into the show. We do that with advertisements and everything. So if you do, guys, we appreciate it and we thank you. And we've reached a segment in our time. We reached a time in our segment. My bad.
What?
Who's been drinking?
I thought I was on the
It was one.
Yeah,
It's
we know
because
how
I didn't
you
get
are
to
on
eat my
one.
nutty butter, bro.
Oh, okay.
But we reached a time in our segment where we make Spicy cry.
Do it.
And here we go.
Where are you calling from?
International Space Station.
You're calling from outer space?
Wish I were. We were in the path of the solar flares when the storm hit. I was reporting to Mission Control when I got transferred to you.
Well, let me see if I can get you reconnected.
I'm not sure I have a few minutes. Did you say your name was Austin?
My name is Grace. Tom, you want to tell me what's going on up there? Is there anything I can help you with?
Unless you can cure acute radiation syndrome from 300 miles away.
Sir, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry. There is one thing you could do for me, actually.
Your name is?
Scanlon residence?
Hi, Melissa Scanlon.
Yes,
Shut up.
Mrs. Scanlon, I have your husband on the line.
that's impossible. My husband's in.
Melissa,
Tom?
Melissa, I don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen, okay? So remember, all the insurance and bank information's on the computer.
In the folder named Boring Crap, I know. What's going on? Why are you... Oh, Tom.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom.
Come say hi, honey.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Evie.
I missed you.
I missed you too, baby.
When are you coming home?
I'd give anything on earth to be down there with you right now. You know that, right?
But you're not even on Earth.
You're so funny. Evie, can you make me a promise? Promise you'll do whatever Mommy says. Always give her a hand when she needs help.
I promise.
Good. I want you to know I love you both so much. More than anything.
I'm crying.
You're not crying.
You failed. This is the funniest shit I've ever
Look
seen.
out the window and wave up at the sky.
You see, Daddy.
I can't see you.
But I could see you. You should always be
It's the cheesiest
looking
shit,
over
dude.
you.
Oh,
Oh my
come
God.
on.
It was too predictable.
Come
It was too
on.
predictable.
That was good. That was
It was
good.
too predictable, and then he had the makeup on, and the makeup was not great.
Oh, come on.
So it just that one wasn't good. But I tell you what, you keep this segment going, I promise you'll find something.
We're
Oh, I
get it.
got
We're gonna
you.
get it. We're gonna get it.
That one
All right,
wasn't good.
guys. Well, as always, guys, I'm Fat.
I'm spicy.
And that's
I'm
Lost.
lost.
And this is the Fat and Spicy Show, guys. Y'all have a good one.
See ya.
Man, you gotta try harder, and you gotta get me some I don't know,
Oh,
see
I
you guys
got you.
spilling his soup or something.
Oh
I
my
got
God.
you. I
Guys
got
passes
you.
beer and it spills it.